Yeah. Okay. So you're going on tour for his new album, starting next week, right?
Yeah. It's crazy because it's all kind of beginning next week.
So are you excited?
Yeah. I mean, I'm more excited than just because it's I did a lot of touring in the last album, but for some reason there was a lot more television and promotional tours. There wasn't as much, just playing from city to city, town to town, and I just am making a point to really, really get back on the road and kind of do it the old-fashioned way this time around.
Are you touring with anybody, or is it just you at this point, or with like local openers?
Well, no, as of right now, as the album is in pre-release mode, I'll be headlining, some small places across the country, and we're just lining up openers now. A friend of mine, Ashley Arison, is going to open coming up in the South, and we're putting together more openers right now, so people need to stay tuned for that because we're going to have some great acts.
That's cool. Any plans for stopping in upstate New York at all?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am. I mean, we just booked New York City, but I'm hoping that we get some upstate stuff booked, as soon as possible. But a lot of it depends on, hopefully, people liking the song and want me to me to come out that way.
I hope to see you up here sometime soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about your last album. Came out in 2007, right? Here, Right Now.
Right.
Which included Best Days, which is, of course, probably your most well-known song. It had a lot of airplay. It was on American Idol. How did that feel to have a song on that show?
It was interesting and great and cool and weird and strange and but it was definitely a career milestone for me.
Did you ever think something like that would happen?
No, and that's kind of the exciting thing about being a musician is you never know what can happen to a song that you write in your bedroom, But yeah, I remember when I was, I knew there was a chance that American Idol was possibly going to use it because it was kind of in line for, with a bunch of different songs.
Yeah.
But the night of the show, the first time they played it, I had the show on in my living room, and I didn't even know if they were going to play it or not. So it was like waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally they did. And then the same thing for the next week and the next week and the next week. And so, yeah, man, it was really cool. I mean, the last album, there was definitely a really cool thing was sort of seeing my music on the screen as opposed to just hearing it on the radio.
Yeah.
And I think that was a really eye-opening experience for me.
I know you probably talk about this a lot, but what's the story behind that song?
Again, for my last album, that was the last song that I wrote. Really? And I, to be totally 100% honest, I wasn't in the best place when I wrote that song.
Mm-hmm.
I was, on Universal Records, and I had written well over 100 songs, and really with no end in sight. I was proud of a lot of the songs that I had written, and, obviously some of those made the last album, but I didn't feel like I was anywhere close to getting sort of the green light to go into the studio by the record company. And strangely enough, those words and that song just kind of appeared, that I needed to kind of let go of what I think should happen or when it should happen, and just realize that, life is short, and I get to do what I do for a living, and that's pretty cool. And that song just kind of spilled out,
Yeah, that's cool. Hope something like that happens with your new album again.
Yeah, honestly, it's kind of a similar thing, except I was in a much better place when I made this album, just because, not to harp too much on being an independent artist, but I mean, they're definitely, I hope that people can hear, I don't know, hopefully they can hear in the music that I'm just in a better place. I'm happier. more open. I've let a lot of things go, and again, I hope this album's just more fun. I think it is.
Yeah, from what I've heard, it seems a lot more, I don't want to say cheerful, but a lot more, I guess, fast-paced.
I think that's a compliment, for sure.
Yeah. Even though Here Right Now is one of my favorite albums ever.
Thanks,
but
man. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's about all I have. Is there anything you would like to say?
No, I mean, I really appreciate you having me on, and I definitely appreciate your listeners, and I was excited to be on your show. So I hope that when I'm in your direction or in your neck of the woods, I can come into the studio.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for taking time out of your morning for doing this. I know it's pretty early.
No, it's all right. I got my chocolate lab sitting right here. I'm about to get some coffee, so it works out.
Cool. So I'm going to play Pacific Coast Eyes right now.
Cool.
The album, like we were talking about, comes out next month, April 5th. It's available for pre-order right now off of grahamcolton.com or iTunes. So here is Pacific Coast Eyes, WONY.
You made it out of that one-horse little town.